Let's do something else.
Yeah,
Let's
the
do
fun parts of
yeah,
it.
you can
Make
do the
an
fun
actual
part.
interesting video.
Mhm.
Well, we're here with technical guru Tommy Oler. How you doing, man?
I'm good, Zach.
Good. Thanks, man. We're doing this for Headshot Comedy Show. You're going to be on the lineup coming July 7th. So I appreciate that. Thank you for coming out here. We're just putting together an interview. So for people out there who are not familiar with Memphis comedians, they get to know you a little bit better. So first question is, where did jokes come from?
For me, or just in general, you think
let's
there's like an ether that I could that.
Sure, maybe there's something
from?
you could just like tap into, just by sticking your finger in the air. But like from your experience, where do jokes come from?
Yeah. For me personally, I used to do the Jerry Seinfeld thing where I would write every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And then I realized, I did that at the very beginning of like doing stand up, and I realized 90% of everything is garbage, but I'm also not good enough to determine even what the 10% is.
Yeah, you hadn't built a filter yet.
Because at the same time that I'm learning how to write, I'm also learning how to perform. So
okay.
I don't even know the tricks to performing to make something that could be good better, or could be bad like good,
Yeah.
I don't even know how to
like
do
punch
that.
up
yeah.
and change the inflection and stuff like that.
So after doing that for a couple of years and kind of having an epiphany, I was like, oh, I'm just going to let the funny things just kind of come to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to go on stage with the idea, with like kind of like the thing I think is funny about it.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go on stage and write there.
Okay, so like discovering it on stage while you have the feedback from the audience.
Exactly, yeah.
So you didn't come from like a performance background or anything. Was stand-up your first exploration into performance art?
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Okay.
I never even considered it like that. It's just like, I want to do stand-up. I never even considered it like performance art,
Well, yeah, I mean, that kind of like elevates it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, I guess, but I never, in my brain, it's not like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and so you mentioned, you just started off, it's just I want to do stand-up. Mm-hmm. How long ago was that? How long have you been doing stand-up?
Oh, okay. The first time I went on stage was 2008. And then when I started actually getting serious about it and like writing and caring, was 2013. So I consider 2013 like when I actually started.
Okay. So 5 years you were just kind of floating around, like figuring out the ropes?
Yeah, those 5 years, there's full years in between, like 2010. I don't even think I was able to get on stage at all.
Oh, okay.
Or I think 2011, I don't think I even got on stage.
Was it just not there, the desire to do it?
No, I was working as a news producer. So 2008, I was in college. I graduated 2010, and I got a job in 2011 as a news producer, like really quickly.
Oh, okay.
And as a news producer, I started at the bottom of the totem pole.
Right.
So I was doing like the 5:30 and 10 o'clock show on the weekdays on like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then Saturday, Sunday, I was coming in at 1 a.m. to do the 8 a.m. morning show. And I was there from 1 a.m. to noon. So I didn't, there was
a hell of a schedule.
There was no time to do
anything.
Yeah. There's no time. So I just like, I was either working or asleep. And whenever you work in news, the hours are really long. It's like your normal day is like at least 10 hours.
That seems like a grind because you never know what's going to come up and be like a breaking news story. Did you ever have to work on those?
Yeah. I had to work on the Boston, this is in Knoxville, but when the Boston bombing happened, I was there. When Billy Graham died, I was there. This is Knoxville, so when Billy Graham died, that was a big deal.
You pair those two together, the Boston bombing and Billy Graham dying.
Yeah. So that was a big deal.
Right. Same Richter scale for those two.
And then I was there for 2012 election. Yeah.
So you went to Knoxville. So have you traveled a lot? Like where do you consider home?
I'm from Morristown, Tennessee. And then I went to school at UT Knoxville. And I was able to get a job there because I decided to be a news producer rather than a reporter. So I just stayed there for
more
a few
job
years.
security in that?
Yeah, you could find a job like that if you were a news producer back then. I don't know if it's like that now, but if you...
Is that just because like everyone wants to be a reporter?
Exactly.
And be in front of the camera?
Exactly. Yeah. So while I was in college, I chose journalism, and then as you go through college, your group gets smaller because first you're doing gen ed, and then you choose your track, and then
find people with similar interest,
and then you're there, and I'm with this group, and there was like me and another girl that were doing news producing, but we all started as like being like, I want to be a reporter, I want to tell the stories, but I always knew I wanted to do stand up too, but this was just kind of like my way of like becoming a better writer.
Okay, yeah. So like similar paths, you can like, what's crossover skills, I think is the phrase for it.
Yeah, because I knew I wanted to do stand-up from like 6th grade. I knew that's what I was going to do, so I was like, I kind of like edged.
Do you remember like early influences? Like when you were in 6th grade, like what stand-ups did you listen to? Or what was your idea of stand-up? Where did that come from, I guess?
Comedy Central.
Yeah, those half-hour specials.
Yeah, I watched a lot of that. I remember Pablo Francisco freaking blowing my mind.
Dude, yeah, his impersonations.
I remember Patton Oswalt, I thought was amazing. Maria Bamford was like so cool to me. And then I didn't discover like the people that really influenced me until like 2007 or 8.
Okay.
While I was in college, because I watched all this stand up.
Yeah.
And I had seen Bill Burr, I had seen Patrice O'Neill, I had seen like what's his name?
I mean, there's tons to pick from. There's Dave Attell, Kyle Kinane. He's a little bit newer, but Louis C.K.
Yeah. And I didn't like when I got Netflix. That's whenever everything kind of like blew up. When I saw Bill Burr's specials on there, and I saw Louis C.K.'s especially.
Yeah.
I saw that one. I saw one of his. I don't remember which one, but I was just like, holy crap, it's
a new level.
Hilarious. Yeah, it was.
Sure.
It was insane. And I just was like, this is it. I gotta get on stage now. I gotta do it now.
You got the fire.
Yeah, I gotta do it now. And I did, and I sucked for...
That's the grind, though. Like, but I think you need that. You need to see the mountaintop while you're still on the ground.
Yeah.
So that you can recognize, there's levels to this, and you can graduate and move forward.
Yeah.
Cool. What's the best breakfast?
I like a good biscuit. Biscuits and gravy. Also.
Yeah, that is a Tennessee meal.
Yeah, like a chicken biscuit's really good. Biscuits and gravy is really good, and like a dessert, like any dessert, just pie,
like a parfait or a
like
yogurt.
literally a pie.
A pie. You're following a biscuit with a pie, and then you nap.
Well, yeah, I mean a biscuit's already enough to make you nap. You
That's what I'm saying. Like carbo load.
It's insane. Like I can't biscuits and gravy. If I have that today, I'm done for the rest. I don't need to eat for the rest of the day. I literally don't.
No, you got excess fuel in your system. With that.
Yeah, I just sleep again and I'm done.
Yeah, that's a good day.
Yeah, French toast.
You're big on the carbs, which is crazy to me because you're kind of a skinny dude. So like that you carbo load for breakfast.
I don't actually eat that.
You don't actually eat those. That's just your best breakfast.
That's my best. I'll have it if it's offered to me, or
of course
it's not an everyday thing.
That would be quite a schedule to keep.
Yeah. Most days I don't even eat breakfast. Most days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I find that a lot of people say that they just don't eat breakfast. It's not a priority, which is, I get that. But, usually if you're going to, I like to try to have something, especially if I know it's going to be a long day and I'm not going to get to eat until like 1 or 2 or something.
Yeah.
But, yeah. What do you do to exercise?
Pilates.
Cool. Yeah. You do like a tape or something?
No. Well, yeah, I guess you could YouTube Move with Nicole.
Okay. Shout out Nicole.
Have you seen her?
I haven't. I've seen Yoga with Adrian.
Yeah. I've done that too. Me and Haley during the pandemic, we did Yoga with Adrian like every single night.
See that I like hers because she gives you like a muscle group or like a part of your body that like these are the yoga poses you want to do to maintain this.
Yeah.
Slim your core or tone up your shoulders or whatever.
When I first did Yoga with Adrian, downward dog was the worst.
Yeah, stretching out those hamstrings.
It was actually bad on my arms. I was like, this is so hard. I couldn't even like hold myself up on my shoulders and back. I was like, Jesus, this is supposed to be the rest pose? I can't do this. Yeah. I was breathing, sitting crisscross, like just sitting like Indian style crisscross. I couldn't. That hurt.
Yeah, grueling.
Yeah, and it's only like now that I can do that, and it doesn't feel like crap.
Well, you've gotten better at it. Just like stand up, you gotta keep at it. You gotta put the work in.
Yeah, and then we did yoga with Adrian for a long time. Then Haley was like, "I hate doing this," and I was like, "Okay, that's news to me." She just like one night she was just like, "I hate this. I feel like it's a chore. I just want to go to sleep." And I was like,
she let the resentment build up on that. She could have said something when she was at a 4, but she waited.
No, to her credit, she had been saying something.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like,
listening.
I mean, I was, but I didn't think it was like, I thought it was just like basic, like complaining. And it wasn't like I was forcing us to do it either.
No, yeah, it's time to do your yoga. Wake up.
Yeah, I was like, all right, we were doing it before bed. And it was, it was a whole like routine. And so, at one night she was just like, I'm not doing this anymore. And then we just stopped. And then I was like, gosh,
maybe it was the stress of the pandemic, like also factoring in.
We did it like every night for almost 2 years.
Damn.
You know, and then
that's commitment.
Yeah. And then it was at the beginning of 2023 whenever I was finally like, I need something new. So I started doing Pilates, and I've been doing Pilates since.
Cool. Do you believe in deja vu?
I mean, I get the feeling. Yeah, the
feeling's
real.
Yeah. You believe in it? Yeah.
The feeling's real.
Okay.
Especially, I get deja vu a lot in dreams.
Okay, so you have the dream and then something happens?
No.
Okay.
I have a dream that I'm like, oh, I've had this dream before.
Reoccurring dreams.
But I haven't. It's not actually real.
Okay.
I remember having this dream where I was controlling an RC car. Mm-hmm. And in the dream, I remember thinking like, oh, this is like the last time I had this dream. But when I woke up, I knew I hadn't ever had that dream.
That's interesting that
before.
you can have the mental clarity upon waking up. Like to have the discernment. It would seem like if your brain's already convinced you've had this dream before, there's no ledger or anything to check.
Right.
But yeah, that's interesting.
I knew I didn't have it. I knew it wasn't real. But deja vu in life, I'll have that too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. What are your desert island 5 albums? I know. Very innovative question.
I don't know that I have I don't think I like
you don't like albums?
I don't like whole albums enough to even bring
Really?
I'll like a song.
Okay.
You know, like Haim has that song Days Are Gone, and I think there's or the album Days Are Gone, and I think there's like a few of those songs I really like, but the rest of them I'm not bringing that.
Not bringing the whole album.
I don't want to bring the whole album.
Right.
I mean, I would like probably if I had 5, I would probably it'd be all 5 burned CDs. You know what I mean? That's what it would be. I would like search a bunch of songs that I could fit on this CD.
Sure.
Keep them at a low bit rate so I could just have more, you know? Maybe I take CD 1. Maybe that's like my, dang, I'm lonely today on the desert island.
You're picking music for the mood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would fill it up with that. The next one, it would just be like, all right, let's build stuff. You know?
Yeah, you're productive. Then you got to have your Pilates tracks so you can exercise and stuff.
Yeah. So it'd be, the build stuff would probably be like that. Do you remember Skyrim? Whenever you turn on Skyrim and then there was that song that came on.
Okay. So you'd go with a video game soundtrack?
I'd probably go with that song and then maybe a couple of other, like, the Final Fantasy VII battle theme, I think, is like really awesome. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And that would be like, all right, let's make some shelter.
I like you're industrious on the island. That's great.
Yeah.
Cool. What's the best smell?
I like natural roses.
Natural roses?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that a lot. Haley can't smell them. She's like, I don't smell anything. But I'm like,
she get COVID?
No, she can't smell roses.
Okay,
she
just
can't smell
specifically the roses.
Yeah, she can't smell anything when it comes to roses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wanted to clarify on that one. What's the last good thing you read?
I just finished Small Gods by Terry Pratchett. That was pretty good. I understand why it won all those awards. It's kind of like I was reading it and I was like, this is good, but it's not amazing, but it ends spectacularly.
Oh, okay, so
like,
it was like you were kind of like dragging along, just committing to it, and then it paid off.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Because I like Terry Pratchett anyway. I don't like everything, but he's never written anything bad. So, like.
So you trust it?
Yeah, I trust it. I trust I'll get there. So no matter what I like.
That's a big leap to like commit to read or like watching a movie that you're not kind of into, or a show or a book. Book is more of a commitment because I feel like that takes up more time and more brain space. So yeah, you really have to trust that the author is knowing where they're taking you.
Yeah,
so that's going to pay off.
And Terry Pratchett has written so many good things, so many good stories, and I've not read nearly as many as I want to, but most of that I've read has always been good, and the ones that I'm just like kind of soft on are still good.
Yeah, still a step above everything else.
Still good.
Oh, okay, well, good deal. How many chickens do you think you could fight off at one time?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand my ground, so I'll probably just pick them up by the head and spin them around.
Yeah, just like whip them around.
Yeah.
That's a solid technique.
Yeah. So I don't know how many ever until I get tired of like killing them. I don't know how many that could be.
Okay. So you just think you would get bored. You wouldn't even. Now, I should clarify a word on these chickens. They are of one mind and they are in unison attacking you. Now, they're not super intelligent or anything. They're still chickens.
Yeah.
But they are of one mind, and it is to kill Tommy Oler. So like, could you put a number on how many chickens you could throw around? Or?
Well, I don't want, I would feel bad after a while. So.
That's interesting, because you're not thinking about like physical limitations. Your two caps are boredom and feeling bad. Like remorse.
I don't want to kill chickens, even if they do want to kill me.
But it's kill or be killed.
I'll just go stand up on a roof. Like what is this? An open field?
It's an open field.
We're still in the. Is there a tree or something?
Yeah, no, it's an open field, and like you set the number, and that many chickens just gets dropped down, and they're coming at you.
Oh. Okay.
It's like Battle Royale. Am I not explaining this well?
No, it's good. I'll do 0. I don't want to kill chickens then.
So you would peacefully opt out of violence and let the chickens kill you?
No. I mean, you said I get to choose the number. So I'm choosing 0, and then there we go. I don't have to fight any chickens. That's what I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, I guess that's a loophole.
I didn't know it'd be a loophole. I wasn't trying to make a loophole. I was just like, I don't, even if the chickens want to kill me, they're still, it's not that I don't think chickens are beneath me, but I am much bigger and stronger than they are.
Right. So that's the question.
It's unfair.
One chicken would not be a contest at all.
Right.
2 chickens, probably not a contest. 10 chickens, all right, now it's interesting. 20 chickens, that to me seems like a real test. So the question is like, how many chickens would it take before you're not able to fight off anymore?
Gosh. Yeah, I don't know. But all I know, I don't know how chickens fight at all.
Probably a lot of pecking, a lot of clawing.
Yeah,
they jump, but I don't think they fly.
I figure that too. I don't know how high they jump either. So
I'd say probably 8 feet.
8
I would
feet.
guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, let's see. If I had goggles, then I think I could take on
goggles adds like 5 chickens.
I could take on as many as like you say
unlimited chickens.
You say a number, and I would feel confident enough if I had goggles to take on as many as I could.
50 chickens.
I think I could kill 50 chickens if I had goggles, and if they legitimately jumped 8 feet, because I'm 5'10",
right?
So they could peck me in the eyes. Yeah. So if I had my eyes protected, I feel like I would.
You got glasses, so I think that's already a leg up.
Yeah. But yeah, I would gosh, I would try to opt for as little as possible because I just don't want to kill chickens.
No, understood. It's not an ideal scenario.
Yeah.
Like, it's not pleasant. I get that. But, we're here to ask the hard questions. That's why I had you come here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good answers.
Yeah. So you 50, I'll kill 50 with goggles.
All right. Well, good deal. We're not going to have chickens at the show, but maybe we can set that up at a later date. Like, set up some chicken.
I'd rather
royale.
not.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we'll get other people. If you died and went to heaven, what would you like to hear upon arriving at the pearly gates?
Just come in. Like I don't.
Welcome.
Yeah, I don't need all this. I don't need any song
Don't
and
need
dance.
fanfare.
No.
That would be like almost alarming if they made a huge deal.
Yeah.
Upon arriving, like everyone's turning and seeing who's at the gate.
Yeah.
Who's here. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be like,
oh, let's go back to what you're doing.
Yeah.
I'm just here to hang out.
I'd just be like, all right, hey, okay. And then I would just go to the Akashic records and see how many times I jacked it.
Yeah. Go back through numbers.
Yeah.
Is it Akashic records or Akashic records?
I don't.
I've never been able to find a manual on it. But.
Yeah.
What upsets you?
I don't know. One time whenever I was on a flight and my mom wanted something to drink and they were ignoring her, or the lady, I don't know if she was ignoring her, but just never noticed her. It made me so upset.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So like someone not paying attention to a loved one?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. My mom just wanted a Coke.
Mm-hmm.
And
her being denied that.
Yeah, she kept doing this. And the lady just at any chance seemed to like always
almost
look
willful
away.
Oblivion.
And it made me so mad that I was just like, hello.
Yeah, no, it's a real injustice. Like, hey, she's not going to be rude about this, but I'll take issue with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If someone made a Netflix documentary about your life, what would it be called?
I'd be so disgusted with it. I wouldn't care.
I'd be so disgusted.
I really wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to participate in it. I wouldn't want to see it.
Okay. So yeah, if it was like a hidden camera show, that would probably be the format to shoot it in. And then they just present it to you and be like, hey man, we shot this. Even
if it was good, I just, there's something so masturbatory about those things and it makes me freaking sick. And I hate them
now
so much.
That's interesting.
So I would never participate willingly in something like that, even if there was one, especially from Netflix.
Okay. Now, is that you don't like documentaries, or
I love documentaries.
So what is it about like a documentary that would make it so revolting that you wouldn't want to participate in it? Is it just like the autobiographical nature of it?
No, no one's making. If Netflix was doing it, no one would be making it at Netflix just to do it out of like love for me. They'd be doing it to capitalize on me. On a story because this person has heat or whatever. So let's make a documentary about them.
Because this will get views.
Because this will get views.
Not the actual integrity of the piece.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I've watched so many Netflix documentaries that make me freaking sick. Like this. Do you remember
what's it for instance?
The Night Stalker? Do you remember the Night Stalker?
I remember the picture. Like he's got those fucked up teeth.
Yeah. Well, Netflix did a docu-series, which is even more disgusting because they're just trying to get you to watch more and more.
Right.
On the Night Stalker. And it was about the cops and it was just telling the cops' story that we're searching for him. And I was like, this misses the complete point of a documentary like that. This was not made to tell like some victim story.
Yeah.
We have that already. They're not documentaries. They're called like just series. You know, they're just regular fictional series. They're movies. That's what they make the movies about.
But instead, Netflix is making like an hour-and-a-half Instagram reel where it's just, a selfie.
And it's basically just like, it was a cat and mouse game from start to finish. And I'm like, why they didn't catch him for a long time. Why are they patting themselves on the back now? He killed multiple old ladies. And now we're just trying to reevaluate, like, oh, they were working so hard. No, you didn't care for a long time. You didn't put the resources in it. Don't act like this mattered to you. And it makes me so upset that they would, that they do something like that, because at the end of the day, they're capitalizing on the true crime wave that's happening because they want people to watch true crime stuff.
Well, yeah, people have found out that that's something that interests a certain demographic, so they're going to keep feeding the monkey.
And it's so disgusting. And I'm like, if you want to do this, do it like, I appreciate the beginning of the wave where it was like Making a Murderer, where these two women, these two documentarians heard a story. They lived in New York. They flew to the location where that happened. They started filming. They started interviewing people. They started interviewing
grassroots, from the ground up.
Yeah, they did that. And then they made something, and then Netflix bought it. Versus
realizing, oh, here's a format. Let's throw a ton of production value at this and recreate the same shit over and over.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I see Making a Murderer, and I'm like, wow, that's amazing. That's an amazing piece. It's
the first over the wall, and there's all.
And
this
then everyone is
bullshit.
like, how many things can we do like this? How many stories can we tell? And I feel like podcasts is probably the last place where you can get like true accounts of like a victim story that doesn't.
Sure, you don't have the production budget or producers who are like dictating, oh, we have to do this because this is what this other piece did. We want to do this format and stuff like that.
That aren't glorifying the actual like murderer or trying to rewrite history on police action. It just makes me. No, it makes me mad.
I appreciate the insight, and like that's not a canned answer. That seems like something that's genuinely felt, and I like those kind of moments. So
there's a set of documentaries, 3 documentaries on HBO about the West Memphis 3, and I watched that one, and this guy has gone down and gotten all this footage and done this over the course of like a couple decades,
right.
And I thought that was, really incredible. And, I met one of the West Memphis 3.
Okay.
Jesse Miss Kelly one time, whenever I was giving away cell phones in West Memphis, he showed up and then brought his dad, who was also in the documentary, and his dad was still wearing the same like mechanic's uniform.
That's his costume now. Yeah. That's how the world knows him. That's what he's going to wear. Oh, man. What's your favorite word?
Corn.
Corn. It's a good one. Strong, 1 syllable.
It's funny.
Yeah. How many pillows do you sleep with?
4.
4? Okay.
Yeah.
You had to think.
Yeah.
That's not too excessive. Yeah. I wouldn't think so. I think 5. 5 is like the limit where it starts to get a little bit obnoxious.
Yeah,
and you have like the beds that have like 12 decorative pillows.
Yeah.
I don't like decorative pillows. It's useless.
Yeah. I use the decorative pillows to go in between my knees. They're knobby.
Good texture. What's your favorite holiday?
I like my birthday a lot. I get presents.
It's a good holiday. Tommy Day, yeah.
It's a holiday to me.
Sure.
It's my holiday.
That's a good holiday. I like it.
My personal holiday.
I think we already covered this. What was your first job?
I was a tutor for kids in 8th grade. I tutored pre-K children when I was in 8th grade and taught them colors and read them stories and stuff after school. And
I'm not trying to tear down teaching. That's an important profession, but teaching kindergartners, that seems like a really
pre-K.
That seems like a really low stakes gig.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to deal with the emotions of toddlers, but beyond that, seems like a sweet gig. You could just tell them about colors, tell them about nouns and numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then it's recess and then snack time and then nap.
Yeah. It was part of a program called Head Start.
Okay.
And I got hired, nepotism basically. My aunt worked at
Sometimes it works.
Yeah, for this thing called Douglas Cherokee Association. And they basically, hired me, and I went and worked with a teacher, and I was like her assistant.
Mm-hmm.
And so she would do all the teaching, and then, because it was pre-K kids, so there's a lot of energy.
Yeah. Yeah,
so
of course.
that was basically why I was there, to be
to wrangle them.
She would all be like, okay, everybody go sit with Tommy. He's going to show you the bears. And it'd be these little plastic bears. And it'd be like, what color is this? And they'd be like, Lalo. I'm like, okay.
Sure, close enough.
What color is this? And
it's
then
red, but sure.
And then I would read stories to them. And then I would play outside with them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You do good with kids?
I guess. I remember running one time and running with a bunch of them, and one of them looked up at me as he was running. He's like, will you be my friend? And I was like, okay, yeah.
Sure.
And then we were
such
friends.
an innocent way to be, like that. You wish you could approach people like that as an adult. Be like, you want to be friends? If someone approaches you like that on the street, you're like, I need to call the police. Do you believe in deja vu?
You already asked me that.
Did I?
Yes.
I'm sorry. All right. What's one thing you own that
Is
you...
this some deja vu thing you're trying to do? What's one thing? Yeah.
One thing you own that you really should throw out?
It's cliche, but I think I have a few pairs of underwear that I should probably get rid of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Waistband gone out.
You
don't have to explain it. That's enough said.
Just,
I don't even know why I'm speculating on that. That's your business.
They're just shredded.
Just
they're
Swiss
just completely
cheese.
shredded.
Just get rid of them.
Yeah.
If you had an assistant, what would their daily responsibilities be?
Oh, wow.
Plan your birthday.
Yeah. Oh, my assistant would just be more of a housekeeper.
A maid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd just be like, wash the dishes, wash my clothes,
Make the bed, vacuum, clean the windows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then maybe any non-creative housekeeping, on file management.
Now that begs an interesting question. What do you consider creative housekeeping?
So filming all these cameras here,
Mm-hmm.
the non-creative housekeeping would be uploading them to a hard drive.
Okay.
Waiting for all that to download. After you're done editing it, then uploading them to wherever they're going to be.
Okay, so basically the parts of the work that you don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Scheduling, writing, descriptions, all that stuff.
Yeah, I got AI for that now.
Yeah. Yeah. And but also figuring out how to even tell the AI what to write.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not even good at that. I've tried using AI and I don't even have the proper vocabulary to tell it what I want.
I've worked with it a few times, writing email campaigns, and it is tricky because it's like working with a toddler. You have to, I find that I'll feed it one thing and then give it a prompt to be like, hey, rewrite this or reformat this or rework this, the wording on this. And through multiple iterations, you can get closer to what you want. But then if you go back and use the word format again, it'll change completely what it's doing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to be very diligent about how you communicate with the AI. Mm-hmm. What are your goals for the week?
Let's see. So I've got to record a podcast with Ambrose Jones tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get these jokes better that I'm doing. And then I would like to hear back from this job.
That'd be, out of your control, but it's a good goal.
Yeah, I would like to hear back from it, which is, a big part of the reason why I did this is something we talked about off camera, but I finished everything I did for my episode today was because if I hear about it, today or tomorrow, I want to be able to have a couple of days where I don't have much to do, so I can just
enjoy
relax.
That free time.
Yeah.
Because it's about to go away.
Yeah. I want to just be able to relax.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's good to plan that out. Sometimes you got to structure in the unstructured time.
That's my goal.
Good. How often do you buy clothes?
It can. I always tend to buy like one jacket a year. I found.
Really?
Yeah, and it's been like that for like the past 5 years.
Now, is it consistent in like the timing when you buy the jacket? Like, is it always in the fall when it's starting to get colder, or?
Well, in the summer, there's all these sales on jackets.
Okay.
From like last year.
You gain the system,
and they pop up. You know, like I like, I like J. Crew, Banana Republic. You know.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and then I also like U.S. Apparel. It used to be American Apparel, and then there was like,
I know. I never caught the name change.
Yeah.
I haven't been a mall.
Well,
in a mall in years.
American Apparel is still American Apparel, but the guy that was in charge got fired for like after Me Too, and then he made up another thing called like U.S. Apparel, and I keep seeing
Us
this stuff.
too. Yeah.
And then I saw some of the stuff, and I'm like, I know he's problematic, but I think I like a couple of these things.
Yeah, he's got a really good cut, man. We need to tear down everyone.
And yeah, so I'll see some stuff, and then I do that. I don't know how many times I buy clothes a year. It depends on how employed I am.
Sure.
Truly.
Now, if you get the job, there'll be a lot more clothing purchases for sure.
A lot more purchases of everything.
Good deal, man.
Yeah.
Hope to see it. Dogs or cats?
Cats, easily.
You didn't even hesitate on that.
No.
Do you not like dogs?
I love dogs.
But cats are superior.
I like cats more. Not that cats are superior. I like cats more because I don't want to take dogs outside every day. I don't like, if it's raining, I don't want to go outside. If it's too hot, I don't want to go outside.
Yeah, you'd rather just stay in.
I want to stay in.
Cool.
You know? And I don't want to have to take a dog on a walk. I don't want to do that at all.
So it's the responsibility.
Yeah. And
it's inconvenient.
Yeah. It's inconvenient, but also like dogs got to have that. So if you're going to be a responsible dog owner, you can't just let the dog crap in the house. I mean,
no, and you can't just leave them outside.
Yeah,
either.
you can't leave them outside,
or not pay attention to them because dogs need that stimulation. Cats,
Right.
on the other hand, you can leave the house for a couple of days, and as long as it has food and water. I mean, I'm just that. Cats are more self-reliant, it seems.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that to my cat.
You wouldn't do that. I'm not saying you would, but
they'll figure it out.
Dogs would not handle that as well as cats might.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cats they're just extremely sweet and so.
How many?
So loving too.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good that you'd keep it. I think if you get more cats than people than there are in the house, then it starts to get a little haywire.
Yeah, I totally agree with the thought of like, don't just get one cat. If you're out to get a cat, yeah, they got to have a buddy because you're not, you can be like fun and whatever, but they need a friend that's like understands
That's them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that speaks their language.
They need and plus you might be busy or something and they need somebody that
some stimulation.
Yeah, they need something.
You got editing work to do, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, my cat likes to get in the covers like at my legs and she just likes to be under there. She gets so heated up, like hot.
Yeah, a little ball of heat.
Yeah, and then I take her out and she's like,
yeah, delirious. She's probably got a fever under there. Fries her brain. If a picture is worth 1,000 words and music is the food of love, what album cover would best describe your relationships?
You're
already not into albums, so this is kind of a moot point.
I don't even know album covers. I don't know any. I've seen a lot, but I can't think of
one particular.
Yeah, I literally can't think of one in particular. I don't even know comedy album covers. I don't. God, I can't even think of a joke one because I just don't. I know so little. Yeah,
I'm sure that's got to be an album. I know so little.
Yeah, I know so little. Oh, you know what? The Carter, that little kid. The Carter 3?
I haven't seen that one, but I do want to write it down so I can look it up and maybe put it in the video.
It's just a little boy.
The Carter is in like playing cards?
No, it's one of Lil Wayne's albums.
Oh,
it's like the Carter 3, and it's literally just like a picture of, I think, Lil Wayne whenever he was just a boy. And
is it him with like the cap where he's like graduating or whatever?
I think so. I don't remember, but I don't know what he's wearing, but I think it's just a little boy, and he's got his little face tattoos on there.
That's just how you approach your relationships.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah, good deal.
Yeah.
All right. One last question. How can humanity improve itself starting today?
Taking weapons and killing people in charge of corporations.
Strong stance. I like it.
I truly believe if you want a big, large change, it's not killing children in schools or killing people on the street. You have to take your gun, go to BP, go to the top floor where the executives are, where they make money, and kill all those people. And then they will lobby, because we live in an oligarchy.
Of course.
Democracy.
Yeah.
And they will lobby for gun laws or whatever.
Because it affects them now.
Because it affects them. But you can't say that you want it. Like, as a terrorist, you can't be like, I want this to change gun laws. You have to lie. Because people inherently, especially in America, as soon as the terrorist says this is what they want, we, especially as Americans, we do the opposite immediately.
Yeah. We reject it.
So
you got a next level them.
Yeah. So if you want to change gun laws, you go to BP, you kill all the executives, but you don't say you want it to change gun laws. You say something like, I want climate change or whatever. They won't do anything about climate change.
Okay.
But they'll lobby for better gun laws because they don't want.
Because that's the issue that they feel they can focus on.
Yeah, they can focus on that.
It's not relinquishing to the terrorists.
Exactly.
See, that's interesting to me because I thought you were suggesting that the problems were the billionaires, but it seems like in the scenario you laid out, the strongly hypothetical imaginary scenario that you laid out, it was the gun laws were the problem.
No, the
problem is the billionaires.
It is the billionaires.
Okay.
And that's why you can't just stop at one corporation.
So guns are the solution.
We have access to them. Mm-hmm. It's just the wrong people are using them for the wrong reasons.
Interesting. Yeah, so it's not the guns are the problem, it's the intention with which they are being used.
Yeah. So, all we got to do is provide as many people of color with as powerful of weapons as they can get.
Of course.
And then direct any anger. And also, like, I know Republicans are the ones that have, or conservative people are the ones that like have most of the guns. They typically
shout the loudest. Yeah, they like to collect them.
But if we can focus their ire on corporations, but also, not
even bother with redistributing the wealth, redistribute the guns. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I mean, because conservatives are just really afraid mostly, and I think that's where most of it all comes from is just fear. So, at this point, it's almost like, when my sister lied about me hitting her and I got in trouble for it, I just went and hit her. So,
made her an honest woman.
Let's make the people that are afraid actually afraid. And that'll change the world.
For the better, for humanity.
I mean, I believe so. Yeah. I believe there'll be a lot of people really hurt and harmed and short term.
I don't see. I mean, we're already there, though. People are already being hurt. People are already being, confronted with some genuinely terrifying things. Mm-hmm. And then other people are afraid of things that they just don't understand.
Right.
But yeah, as far as like what steps can you take to climb out and get, above the bar?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be, I don't think when it happens, it's going to be polite and, oh, do you mind? Or it's not going to be cordial. Like it's going to be a hammer coming down.
Right. And, it's never about, to me, you don't kill politicians because they just work for whoever.
Yeah, the business interests that control things.
Yeah, that want them to do something because they why do all of them get into office, at like $250,000 a year, and then they come out and they're millionaires?
For real, yeah.
So it's not they are just part of a system that's kind of like been messed up. So just use it, and eventually, if they get enough money, they'll fix it.
They'll fix it for the people who are paying them the money.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Is like all the strings that.
But we just have to
pull them. They're made of gold.
Yeah, we just have to make the golden strings scared.
Yeah. I like that. So freaking out Rumpelstiltskin and his golden hay.
Yeah.
Well, we're about at time. So thank you for coming by. You can catch Tommy. He's going to be at the Headshot Comedy Show in the Cooper Young area at the Voices of the South Space on July 7th. This will come out probably probably the week leading up to that. So do you have anything else coming up that you want to plug for the people out there?
Go check out my page at tommyoler on Instagram and TikTok.
On Instagram and TikTok. Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you, Zach.